Okay, this is for power cycling everything. So, the audio in the main clearing, we are going to let run all the time. However, in the event that there is an issue, you power cycle this computer here, just unplug it, plug it back in, give it a few minutes, it should turn on, automatically connect, and play. The other thing to remember, this switch, as we found out, needs to be at max, the lower dimmer. These lights are LEDs and they only work well if it's at max, otherwise they flicker. So if somebody turns that down, it just wants to be fully up. Okay, to power cycle the granary. We have this computer here is playing the sounds, and we're gonna leave this speaker plugged in all the time. To power cycle this, the best thing to do is just to hit this power button here until it turns off. Press it again, turn it back on. This is one of the very few computers in here that does not automatically turn back on when it's plugged into the wall. But all that needs to happen is just to press that button and give it a few minutes to turn on. It should automatically play through the speaker. It's connected via an aux cable, so it's not even a Bluetooth connection, so there's no way it can really fail. Just make sure it is connected at both ends. This one I would not necessarily power cycle unless you need to. I don't imagine it'll fail, so it's just in case you need to power cycle if it's not playing. And the other thing would be to make sure that this is on by pressing that. And again, we don't need Bluetooth for this. This is on aux cable. These two can be powered cycled if they get caught up by pulling these plugs out of the wall and plugging it back in. But this again is something that should typically be left running. This one is not a high priority to power cycle, but if necessary, unplug and replug. And the same is true over here. And these will automatically boot up once they receive power again. Always wait about 5 seconds after unplugging before plugging it in again. Okay, this is another one where we're probably gonna leave this because it is kind of delicate, but if it does need to be power cycled, super easy, unplug, wait 5 seconds, plug that back in, and if it doesn't boot up just right, let me know. It should though. This is also one that should automatically turn on. This one, very easy to power cycle. Just unplug it, plug it back in, same as everything else, wait 5 seconds. The only thing that might happen, and I don't expect it to, but it could, is the Bluetooth could become disconnected if it's power cycled, but that should be really easy to repair. You can just press the Bluetooth button, and that shouldn't be an issue at all. This again, not a high priority to power cycle because it's so simple and it shouldn't really fail, but if it gets stuck or whatever, go ahead and power cycle it. All right, and in here, we've already talked about power cycling this projector, but I do want to talk about one other thing. Okay, this is the night music room, and I have the door open here to give me a little bit more light. So we've already talked about powering down the projector, but just again, all you need to do to power cycle the projector is to press this button here and let it turn off, and then to bring it back on, you press the button again. Might need to press it twice as it comes back up, but you'll see it coming up there. This is the top of the speaker, and underneath the tape, you can see that there are two buttons in the center. The one circled in red is the power button. That needs to be on and glowing. And the one to the right is the sync button, which connects the two speakers together. So once you've ensured that the power is on the speaker next to the door out of the room, not the curtain door, but the speaker next to the door to exit the building that's hanging by wires, then press the sync button, go to the other speaker, which is located on the bookshelf in the top left corner, and press that same sync button once you've confirmed that it is also turned on. And again, the sync button is the one in green. They should both make a chirping sound, and they will be synced, and you will hear audio coming out of both of them. If you don't do this, audio will only come out of the speaker that isn't on the bookshelf, and that's not desirable. Power cycle the map in case there is a problem. We're gonna pull this second cable. So the first one is covered with this camo tape. That's the computer. We don't wanna unplug that. This is the map, the second one. And we'll just pull that out. Map goes off. Computer is still on. Plug the map back in. It'll power up, and then as soon as you send it a command, yep, it'll just come right back on. That's how you power cycle the map. And this video here, this is the plug. Pull it out, put it back in. Computer will automatically turn back on, the projector won't. And in order to turn the projector back on, you can either hit the corner button, but that's not very easy to get to. So the best thing to do is to come to the supply closet back here. And on this stand is an Epson projector. You can use that to power on the white projector in the map room.